Hey, my true tellers, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. Yes, indeed, guys. Look, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see my girl is in the house. Speak with your girl, Marcella. She says, good afternoon, Lady D. Guys, make sure you go ahead and check out my girl, Miss Marcella. So give me a thumbs up, guys, if you can hear me. Also, Miss Wu, can't leave Miss Wu out. She says, good afternoon, unapologetic and talk. And Neek W is in the house. She says, good afternoon, everyone. Guys, I am so excited. I've been pushing this off for so long. And I say, I got to come on. And the reason why I got to come on, because all this right here is a confirmation. I remember when I was on my Girl Speak with Your Girl Marcella's platform when Miss Wanda was there, and I got up there and God already had told me, Miss Wanda, you going to get your spinoff. You gonna get your spinoff because she deserve it. And also when it comes to my girl Letitia and Marceau, I already saw it. I already saw it. And if you think that, oh, she just making this up, no, 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 no. Anthony, my son Anthony, and I'm gonna call him my son since they already gave him my son Anthony Lofty. Make sure you go ahead and check him out as well. He came with the confirmation, and like I said, we're gonna speak it into existence because it is already settled. So, guys, you can go right there on Speak with Your Girl Marcella when she had Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda was up there, and I came up and I said, and I told Miss Wanda, I say, Miss Wanda, you had got a bad deal. You had got a bad deal. I think that the way that things had happened when you was on that show, and when Melody came on and wanted to have her moment, came and like she threw a wrench in your business because everybody was talking about Miss Wanda and her truck. And I think, yes, she should get a spinoff. And I also wants to see when Marcel and Tisha had said that they was going to help Miss Wanda, fix her truck. So we wants to see all this stuff take place. And the producers, come to me. If you want me to help you write this story, I can write this story because I remember when Marcel had said that he was going to help Miss Wanda get her truck up. So we wants to see all that. That's going to be a gift to Miss Wanda. Show enough, Miss Wanda. So guys, go ahead and check out. Also, I'm thinking about I'm just still waiting for Butterfly supposed to get with me so we can see how they're gonna go ahead and do that cookie show. And I'm excited. I am so excited because I remember when Miss Wanda was on my platform, we all had talked about this and all this stuff right here. This is the year of harvest, the month of harvest, all those good seeds. I truly believe that it's coming to pass, and I wants to make sure that we support Miss Wanda. And I might thinking about it, I might go ahead, all the ones that had went ahead and subscribed to my membership only. I'm thinking about going ahead and pick the ones that had signed up to unapologetic. Thinking about giving out some seasons, so Miss Wanda season. So I'm thinking about doing that. Pick a few of you guys and go ahead and cash app you guys. You got to show me that you ordered from Miss Wanda, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and support Miss Wanda when it comes to all of her seasons. So I might just go ahead and pick a few of the guys, and we can all sit there and try out Miss Wanda's season. Also, I'm looking for the apron. I went on the site. I didn't see the aprons. I did see the seasons, the season all. I went ahead and ordered that. But I want to make sure that when we do our cooking show, we go ahead and get the seasons. So let me see if Miss Marcella want to come in and say a little few words because she likes to drop in. My girl Miss. Yes, Miss Marcella. And I am so excited, guys, because like I said, I remember when I wanted to go ahead and do a little cooking stuff. And I'm thinking about, doing varieties of stuff. We're not just going to just keep talking about the same stuff over and over. We want to do varieties of stuff, and I think that's excited, especially when I like to cook as well. And I got a lot of Southern dishes and I wants to, come on and change it up a little bit. So my girl Miss Marcella says, please hit the like button. Yes, guys, go ahead and hit the like button. So let me go ahead and put in my disclaimer. I had a lot of the thumbnails of Miss Wanda, little intros. I was trying to see where it was. I couldn't find it, but all is well, all is good. But I think when it came to Miss Wanda and Love and Marriage in Huntsville, I think that she turned the show to I mean, it's like it was she brought in entertainment, and it was exciting. And I don't care how jealous guys you want to go ahead and feel. She brought, to me, she brought a different style to the show. It was very entertaining. It wasn't boring. It was not all about Martell and Melody. It was not just about them. So I see my girl is in the house, Miss Marcella. Yes. Speak with your girl, Marcella. Let me go ahead and let her up.
Hey, everybody.
How are you
Listen,
doing,
my
my girl?
husband, I haven't been around. My husband's been very sick. He came back with COVID.
Oh my God, sorry to hear
And
that.
so I've been taking care of him because he has other medical things where the COVID was worse. And
Oh,
then his aunt died. So we just been chilling. But y'all, I have been ordering, and Miss Wanda seasonings, I promise you, are very, very good. She
someone's
came
Miss
down here and
Sapphire said, do she have the no season? Do she have the no season, the no salt season?
no, I don't know about that. I talked to her this morning, but I can call her and ask right quick and put it in the chat. I know that
Hmm.
she got a new dressing seasoning. and I'm going to find out if she has the apron that you're speaking of.
Yeah. And the site that I went on, I only saw one season unless I didn't do it right. So can you give us, or later on, you can do under this life right here, the
Yes.
real, the direct way to get in touch with her to make sure that we can look at all the stuff that she have to offer.
Okay, I sure will. But I wanted to tell everybody, we had that strike and it went away. But if they don't pay these men January 15th, the strike will be back and they will not come back in until they get what they want.
So when you say
So
the strike, some not familiar with it. When you talking about
the
the
port,
strike, you talking about,
the ports went on strike.
oh, you talking about, you're not talking about anything that's dealing with love and marriage in Huntsville. You talking about
No,
some stuff
no,
that is
I
going
just
on
wanted
now.
to tell everybody that the ports, when they went on strike, they did
Mm-hmm.
an agreement for the men to get 66% of what they asked for, but the guys want at least 72. If they
Mm-hmm.
don't come to a compromise by January, they will go back on strike.
So are you talking about with China? With that's what you're talking about on strike. What strike you are talking
No,
about?
the ports who deliver foods to your grocery store,
Yes.
the truckers won't be working. The warehouses would be out once they are empty. They're going to be empty. And the guys decided to come back because they got 66%. And y'all also know in December, if Congress don't come to an agreement, it will be a government shutdown. That is very
Yeah.
important to know. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all put that money up.
Yeah,
Start
I
getting,
saw that. I saw that. I had put. I wanted to talk about that, especially when it comes to the dollar. The dollar is just, it looked like everything is just going down. And also when it was talking about China, they were on strike as well. It's so much stuff is going on, but this is how I look at it. I'm not too much in when it comes to politics, but I know about my spirituality, and in the book of Revelation, all this stuff right here, what we see, it is
yeah,
coming to pass. It's going to take a whole day wages, and we've been talking about it, since the beginning. It's going to take a whole day wages just to buy a loaf of bread. Things is going to
yeah,
get so high, so expensive, because now, with the bricks, which I want to go ahead and talk about that as well, but it's going to be on another live. The bricks are now, they are coming together, and they sitting there doing their own thing, where now the dollar is not going to be worth anything.
Well, let me give you an understanding and consensus of that. The BRICS is their own money over there.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
the thing is, we won't be getting batteries made from China. If you to one brick is $50 over here. So $1 over there is $50 if we need to convert our money over to them. So what the
Hmm.
United States will depend on is,
You're breaking
but
up.
anything that you need
Can you
made,
repeat it
and
again? You're breaking up. Which I did had wrote a lot of this down, but that
let
was
me
going to be
let
on
me
another
let me
channel.
get on the computer, then it'll be better.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to talk about that on another channel, but like I say, hey, we still could talk about it as well. But guys, make sure you support Miss Wanda, support her all her season, everything that she got going on. I want to make sure that I get the aprons. So when we do that cooking show, I want to make sure that I have everything together. So I'm just waiting for Miss Marcella to come back on, because she's going to go ahead and talk about the stuff that is going on around the world. And this is not a reality show. This right here is real life issues, okay? But the thing about it, we likes to be entertained, but all is well. So I'm just waiting for Miss Marcella to come on. Guys, again, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. Yes, indeed. Let me go ahead and do my copyright disclaimer. Is under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair use is used permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Let me go ahead and drop the link for my girl, Miss Marcella, to come on, okay? Okay, Miss Marcella, I went ahead and dropped the link. Let me see if I can go ahead and find that as well. So, and let me see if I can find this as well because I also wanted to make another live so we can go ahead and talk about that. Okay, Miss Marcella.
Hey, how is everybody? Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Yes. So the BRICS, BRICS, and the S is for South Africa now, who has
Hmm.
joined. They're going to
Yes.
have their own currency, like the United States have their own currency. Japan has always had their own currency, which is called yen. So what's going to happen is that you're going to have to buy things that's made in the United States. So you wouldn't be getting anything made from China because China is in the BRIC system. $1 American, if you want to buy one brick, it's $50 right now. But when they become popular, you don't have to worry about your money getting messed up. It's just going to be the cost of living is more to live by. So you kind of want to make sure that before December and before January, you want currency in your house in the denominations of $1, $5, $10, because things are going to go up. But this is in Revelations, the end of days. Things that you gotta watch out for. If y'all go outside, y'all notice we got new bugs out there that y'all have never seen before. It's winding down. So I just want everybody. Let me call Miss Wanda while we're on the phone so y'all can hear her. I'm gonna ask, does she have the no seasoning for y'all? Wait a minute. Yeah, I have been just taking care of my husband. Let me tell her. And y'all, I began to get my I ordered some things off of TikTok besides Stormy products, and I got the bandana for my hair, and then I got Macy and Mila. I got all of that, which I'll be giving some of that out for Christmas. Um, why I'm up here, Lady D, tell
Hmm.
everybody to become a member of your page. Hello, you have reached Wanda. I don't know where she at. She'll call me back. I will call you back. Thank you. Yeah, she'll call me back.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking about doing is the ones that became a new member, guys. So make sure you go ahead and click on that because a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about it behind the walls. So make sure you become a member. We're gonna try to make it as interesting as we can. And if you have any ideal things that you want to go ahead and talk about, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and change it around. Like a lot of stuff that is going on around the world. Dealing with inflation, the famine. I truly believe, all this right here. This got to be talked about. And a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that we talk about is a lot of distractions. So make sure you go ahead and do the membership. And trust me, I take care of my people. And maybe, I might go ahead and drop a few of Miss Wanda's seasons, but you may have to make sure that you letting me know that you're going to order it. And I said there and, I take care of the bill. Okay. So just go ahead and
Oh my
scratch my
God!
back and
Don't
I
say
scratch
that.
yours. Go
Don't
ahead,
say
Miss.
that. When I said that the other day, it was said that I was bribing people.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll go ahead and do a little gift, like I said with the membership. Okay, so let's go ahead. I go ahead and edit that out because you got to be ahead of people. But like I said, we are supporting black businesses, so like what we'll do is if they sitting there becoming a member or something like that, we're going to do something interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it
Mhm.
like that because you are absolutely right. You have to be ahead of these demons. And
Right.
also and the reason why I want I would love to see more people participate when we do our cooking show. But when we do the cooking show, we are promoting, I think that you are over it. If you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about it, you and Miss Wanda and Butterfly is over it. Okay. So tell us about the cooking show that supposed to be in the works.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't have all the deets at all.
Okay, okay.
I don't know. Butterfly is gonna be the head of it. I'm just gonna be helping, giving monetary, gifts. I
Mm-hmm.
really don't know what's going on, but I trust Butterfly, and Miss Wanda's got to make sure that everybody get their seasonings. She did tell me that she mailed some out. I know that for Christmas, I will be giving out some of her seasonings as well. And we really do got to support each other. We can't afford to erupt. We got enough people against us in this world to be against each other. So, we have to support. I don't buy the Seventh Avenue, but Nisi does. So we're together, we're part of each other. So I buy what I, want to buy, and then she buys what she want to buy, and she's supporting. She bought the Seventh Avenue stuff, and I just feel like we need to support everybody. But I heard it's gonna be a good show. I don't know how we're gonna be able to see everybody cooking. I guess we're gonna have to have everybody come up, and they be cooking. But
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not a very good cook at all, and
Oh, oh my God. Well, you could just be the judge, okay?
yeah, I'm not a very good cook at that. Miss Wanda came down here and was teaching me how to cook, and then Nisi came down here was teaching me how to cook.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I am going to attempt again this year to make some more lemon bars and some a turkey this year.
Okay. Well,
I'm
I just made a little shrimp stew. That's what we call. You ever heard of shrimp stew? Which let me see if I can show a little bit to you. I'm not gonna play. Let me see. Have you ever saw this before? I took the music out, but that's what I had just made.
Yeah, I
It's
love
shrimp.
sausage. I love
Yeah,
potato.
sausage, shrimps, and potatoes.
What's the gravy made of?
I made it, I made it homemade with just flour, just flour and
Oh,
or I made my own little roux and stuff like that. So
mm,
that's a southern dish right there. I went
mm.
ahead and made that. So I'm like I say, I'm excited. I don't know about you guys because I love to cook, and now that it's getting a little cool, we can go ahead and make our gumbo and stuff like that. And do Miss Wanda? She has a cookbook.
She is finishing, putting the last finishes on the cookbook. Miss Wanda, to me, is doing so much at one time that she do a little bit over here, over there, over there. I'm the type of person that like to complete one thing.
Hmm.
Miss Wanda's truck is up and ready to go. And I believe they're gonna bring that out. But I just want to give your followers a little secret.
Okay.
Um, the contracts for Love and Marriage Huntsville are done, and they might get new contracts after the reunion. But that other thing, that spinning thing,
Now, what is a spinning thing? Because you be talking
spin
in
off,
codes.
spin off,
Oh,
spin
the
off.
spin-off. Okay.
I don't, I no, I don't know about that.
Well, we're going to speak it into existence because you remember when I was on your platform when Miss Wanda was there and I had said that Miss Wanda had got a raw deal. I think that, when it came to Melody, I think she tried to kill two birds with one stone. First, she went into Destiny's event. And once she
Hmm.
left out of that, she went straight to Miss Wanda and talked about Miss Wanda's food, which she never even tasted that food. And
Right.
thousands of people was watching that scene, and I think that really, to me, that's personal. That's my opinion. Went ahead and sabotaged it, by saying that Miss Wanda's food is nasty, and it made lots of people to make content about that, and she didn't get the support that she should have gotten. That's
Yeah,
how
but
I
I
feel.
promise you, Miss Wanda does so much where she is well known. Even when me and her went to DC, when we would be at a restaurant, people was like, I gave you a double look. Do you mind, taking a picture with me? We were in DC somewhere, neither one of us live, and they recognized Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda does a lot for her church when they have funerals.
Hmm.
They pay her to cook for the funeral. She still, feeds different people like at the hospitals, and Miss Wanda do a whole lot. When I say this lady run day and night, up and down.
I believe it. I believe it. So let me know what I can say on here because like I said, a lot of stuff is sensitive and people try to run with anything. So we cannot say that. Just say like I want to pick 3 or 4 of my subscribers. The ones that's joining my membership. I
Mhm.
cannot sit there and if I wanted to, as a gift from me, give them seasons. I can't do that.
Yeah, you can do that. I did that last
So
year.
what are you talking about? What we can't do? It's just say like if they buy the
No, I
season, because I
no
would like to
criticism.
support them just like I did Stormy.
Criticism. Let me tell you what happened. The other day I was on my live and I told people I showed them that I shot Mila Eve, and then I heard a blogger say, "Well, Marcella was bribing the people to buy Mila."
Oh, are you
And so
serious?
I said, now if you say that, they're gonna say you bribing people to buy Miss Wanda seasoning. But that was
Wow.
a joke. That was a TT ta. And then I just let them know, don't worry about what I'm doing with my money over here. Worry about yourself. But
Hmm.
I was going to do a live to break down the last court order from Martell and Mel. But y'all just think about it like this. They up here saying that Mel got a win in court. No, it
No.
was a continuance, meaning that the case will be February 28th. And now, y'all, it's not about those two. It's about that they got the kids involved in this. And it makes
Hmm.
me feel awful because the kids are at an age now where other children are on the internet and they see their parents' name come up and it's embarrassing, and it's nothing to joke about anymore because you didn't imply the kid said something, and
Hmm.
we don't know if either one of them are persuading their children to say something. It's just children should be off limits um,
Hmm.
when you're reporting stuff like this. So I'm just watching, and if it's not nothing good to say, don't say nothing, especially when it comes to the kids. It just makes me, it hurts me that that is happening. But
Hmm.
and then not only is it people from the internet get involved, you know that when you got the kids, some about the kids going to court, automatic, um, the Department of Human Services get involved, and this is not good to me.
Hmm. Yeah, because I saw, which I didn't open up the channel, but I did see the title where they were saying that Melody had got a win-win-win. I say the judge didn't even order anything. That was the attorney, putting in his dispute, of what the claims that Martell had put out. The judge never even made an order yet. So I wonder why
Right.
these people always just running with so much lies. And the part that I don't understand, Miss Marcel, I sit there and say, that's why I want to go ahead and switch it up a little bit. And I'm glad that they holding off when it comes to this show right here, because this is the only show that they brought into a very very dark place. And I
Hmm.
saw where a content creator, and most of these women are old people, and when I'm talking about old, I'm not talking about like 40s and 50s. I'm talking about maybe about in their 60s or 70 years old. And
Mature.
they should be able, yeah, mature people, they should be able to teach the younger generation, where an older woman, and she talked about, no, I'm not going to forgive, and start quoting Bible scriptures about, holding grudges with Martell. Can you tell them sometimes, when you forgive, it's not for that person, it's for you.
Hmm. Hmm. But like I said, I sent Carlos a message and I said, can you take this show off for a year or two
Hmm.
and do a revision of coming back and say, where are the cast from Love and Marriage Huntsville now in 2 years?
Hmm.
Because it's gotten so dark that subscribers try to attack you. It's gotten so dark that, they'll start talking about your kids. Like,
Hmm.
and you to be a content creator, you really got to have thick skin because people will say stuff to make you want to hunt them down. So,
I'm telling you, because I was upset. I started sitting there putting down my whatever they want to call it, and shoot, I was lit in fire because I thought they was talking about my children. When they said
mhm,
son, not knowing they was talking about Anthony, but I
Anthony.
thought they was talking about me. So I say, shoot, if they want to talk about children, hey, all bets are off. But it's sad. But I don't think, Miss Marcella, I do not think that they should go ahead and put the show on hold. What I think is they should have their little group meeting, if someone, and I'm gonna say, and I'm not even gonna say someone because it's time to put a face to all this stuff right here. If Melody does not wants to film with Martell or any of the other cast, she feel that she have outgrown them. Well, why don't Melody just go ahead and leave and focus on what she got going on? Because we always sit there and say, people have brought the show to a very dark, dark place. If anybody brought the show to the dark, dark place, it's Melody. To me, Melody and her fans, especially when they wanted to go against the CEO, Carlos King, wanted to boycott. You remember when they was hollering to
Mhm.
boycott, and
Yeah.
right there, that's grounds for termination, because you are employee and you telling people to go ahead and boycott the show. Who does that, Miss Marcella?
But I'm gonna tell you why she ain't leaving the show. It ain't got
Why?
nothing to do with her creation. She's getting paid. It's money. No matter what, she's getting paid. And face it, everybody wants the money. So they're not gonna leave. But I know that Maurice and his wife leaving, Stormy already left. And they're begging her right now to go to the reunion. Sunny is trying to make a place for herself on the show, but without talking about Destiny, she has no connections to any of these people. And also she's being looked at as the plague, because if you can mess around with somebody, man, and you
Mm-hmm.
bragging about you got him, you slow. Because that's you just I couldn't mess around with somebody I know been with my man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, but I really think that the show can continue on, because it was all about the comeback group, all about black entrepreneurs to build, and Melody and Martell made it about their toxic relationship. And if Melody does, I look at it, and guys might sit there and say, well, why just Melody? Because Melody was the one from very first season went ahead and put this toxic marriage on display when they were supposed to talk about the business. Even Martell said, why are you putting your personal business out there? Because she knew it was fake and she knew that she needed a storyline. But
mhm,
the reason why I think that the show should go ahead and go on, I think Temper said go ahead and reboot the entire show. I think they should go ahead and reboot. And if Melody does not want to leave, then let Melody be the villain, but let Martell be able to tell his side of the story and show his real life.
right. But you know what? M- if you look at Martell's real life, here you go with Ariane messing with somebody's husband. So
But that's not the first and that's not the last. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of people might not agree to it, but 99% of, like I said, men, they do cheat, and like I say,
yeah,
someone can be a good cheater. And that's part of reality. So if
yeah,
that's part of reality and that is his life and he's a cast on that show, then you can't take that and tuck it unto under the rug. You can't do that, because that's like a huge elephant just sitting right out there. So that's his story. So you can't hide that part.
yeah, that's true. But this show sometimes is
Miss
stressful.
Wanda say, "Ugh." That's life, Miss Wanda. I mean, Miss Marcella.
Yeah, it is. But I myself, I don't agree with adultery at all. I mean, I don't. If you're married, because people don't realize when you cheat, you're messing with your grandkids, your children, your people around you who love both of y'all together. And Ariane is, Ariane couldn't do as much, not unless Martell allowed her to do it.
Hmm.
So she was young and dumb and full of cum. That's
But
what.
who say that, Martell was the first one, which it doesn't matter who did it first, because, like I
Right.
said, it is what it is. But what man that that's going to sit there and stay in a marriage, which he should have done it the right way? I think that the reason why he stayed in it is because their business was tied up in it. And a lot about business. So you agree with me as well. It's not easy to just go around. especially when the business is doing good and you got your clients
Mhm.
out there, just say, oh, all of a sudden, my husband and I, we're not together, but I'm going to go ahead and dissolve all those businesses. If you dissolving all those business when your business is doing good, quite obvious, right there, it's going directly into the red, right?
Yes, I believe that she dissolved Embrace, but
Hmm.
and repackaged everything to make it 7th Avenue.
But I'm talking
She
about in the beginning when they was going through all that. They couldn't just all of a sudden just say, "Oh, we just going to just dissolve the business when it was prospering." So you think that they just stayed, married legally because it was just business?
mm, I don't know. I'm each woman has their own experience when your man cheat on you. Do you think about the long run? But me myself, I would be thinking about you broke my trust, you broke our vow,
Mhm.
soul ties. I'm a deep
Well, hold your thought right there. Lady Rose sends me a super chat. Thank you very much. 4.99. She say this show I played out more on social media than on the show. Take the show off and revamp it. Absolutely, and that's how I feel. I feel that all the stuff that was going on, it was not on the show. So most of the all the stuff they was digging in these people personal business, and it's so sad. It's like Love and Marriage and Huntsville is the only show that people had gotten so personal in it. And this is my thought. The only reason why it was like that because people that was on that show was feeding it to these fans, and that's
mhm.
why it took legs and ran. What's your thoughts about
Exactly,
that?
because you really, I can hear all these bloggers say, and Stormy did this, and Letitia did this. Nobody is seeing Stormy and Letitia say nothing.
Absolutely. That's why I say put a face to it. Melody's
Yeah,
fans.
and they are keep saying Letitia and Stormy is doing this. Believe me, Stormy got a lot of big things coming through, and I don't think she's gonna stick around and let this YouTube destroy her when she's messing with the Asian and the white folks. It's time to stop playing in the playground. Tisha is
Absolutely.
not even that type to go back and forth. She is a person that when you do something to her, she just backs away and she's
Hmm.
gone and she can be cordial. Miss Wanda is the type, you do something to her, you better hit her hard and knock her down because if not, she is going to get you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how I look at it. I look at it just
That's
like
me
that.
too. Here's why I say people have selective outrage. How is one wrong different than another wrong? Everybody lives in a glass house. So forgiveness is for Ari like everybody else for their wrongs. That's right. And the Bible, don't it tell you pray for your enemies?
That's who you pray for. Like I said, if you want to stick to the scriptures, then Jesus didn't come for the ones that had it all together. He came to the ones that were sick, the ones that needed a
Mhm.
physician. You don't pick and choose who you should pray for. It does not work like that. When you pray, your prayer got to be sincere. You got to make sure when I'm praying, I'm not praying grudgingly or, out of necessity or something that I want. When I pray for you, I'm praying because, I'm looking for something as well. It's something in my heart. It takes guts to pray for people that persecute you, people that
Mhm.
lied on you. It
Yeah.
takes guts. People that have cheated on you and say, I forgive you. And don't you know when you say I forgive you, then you gonna right all your wrongs right because you letting go of some stuff that was dealing with you as well. So it's not just
Mhm.
for that person, it's for you. I'm a witness. I know exactly how it works. People
Yeah.
that you thinking that, oh, I'm gonna hold that grudge. Those people are out there living their lives and you all sick because you holding all that toxic in you. And you looking
Yeah.
outside, these people enjoying life. Oh, these people supposed to be miserable. No, these
Mhm.
people enjoying life, but you are home miserable. That's why
Mhm.
you got to let go and let God. Absolutely.
I'm gonna
Right?
tell you, I used to be a grudge holder, and
You can't.
I did it for years. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all something personal. I married my husband, but his family didn't approve of him marrying me because he had been married before,
Hmm.
and because he told me, he was like, "We having this big wedding, and my sisters are not gonna be here because they don't approve of the marriage." And when he told me that, from that point on, I I've held a grudge against them.
I
I
never. I never.
Like when they're having things, and he's with is something with his sisters, I'm still, even though I forgave them, I still can't go around people that I don't like. I just don't.
Oh, you don't have to go around them because why would you? That's like once no, you don't have to go around them. You don't have to hang with them.
Hmm.
But you let them know what, in spite of what you have done to me,
Yeah.
I forgive you. But I don't have to let you in my circle. I don't have to let you in my house. No, don't let them in because the Bible also talk about it. Once your house is clean, you let them back in. They're gonna be 7 times worse than what they were before.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
why would you let them in? But you forgive them
Yeah.
and you move on.
And then, when my husband got his accident, I expected for them to be around much more, and they weren't. And they don't live, they don't even live an hour from us. I was upset because this is your brother. Show some compassion for him. But then,
Mhm.
I sat down one day because I had got down to 75 pounds. I sat down one
Wow.
day and God showed me, well, you're his wife, and when it comes to everything, you're going to want to make the decision alone without
Mhm.
them. So if I start bringing them in, they're going to be telling me, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And I look for the answer from God the entire time. If that means, if I was sitting in his room while he was sleeping, I'm asking God, what should I do? And I chose the right thing. But
And
i
what was that? What was that? What did you choose?
I choose to let my husband live.
Mhm.
He died twice,
Mhm.
and they were saying that they didn't know whether his brain was going to come back, the same. But I tell you what, I didn't ask them to remove his life, and I spoke to him every day, and I started getting people he went to school with come in and just tell something funny what they did in school. And this lady came in one day and was singing, and my husband opened his eyes for the first time. So I let God um, go on my footsteps. And sometimes, I feel like I fall off, but I just keep trying to get back on. I don't go, even when I'm on this YouTube street, sometimes I get upset because I'm trying to prove a point. To the point I just relax. And
Mhm.
I got, it's new people out there, and let them, I let y'all do it because y'all speak y'all mind, because I can be, I know where I come from in the beef sector. I know that I can be, dragadocious.
And you don't look like that type. I mean, you don't look like that type. I mean, a little small frame, but hey,
No, I came from a page right now. It's got
I
100
can't believe that.
followers.
You
And
say a
then
beef
I was with
section.
Nosy Ho. If y'all don't know who Nosy Ho
I don't
is,
know none of these people.
and 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 I still deal with them. I just don't comment. Marcella,
Mhm.
it is natural to get upset.
She
Yeah,
says natural to get upset. We are
yeah.
humans.
But I just
Absolutely.
don't like the way they're dragging, and it's just like I'm the person who will bully the bully.
Oh my! So where all those videos when you used to out there tell people your mind? Those videos are still up.
Some of 'em maybe.
Send me some of the links so I can see how Miss Marcella used to be. Thank God for the
You should
blood.
ask some
Thank
people in your chat. Did anybody ever see me on All About the Tea?
all about the tea. All about the tea. That's a channel too. All about the
No,
tea.
it was all about the tea, and we
Oh,
would
okay.
drag celebrities every single day. And you know what happened? There was
Uh-huh.
nobody talking about "I'ma sue you." It was none of that.
Oh, it was no suing
No, it
or
was no.
defamation. None of that.
Right, none of that. But you get over here in this sector, Imma sue you because you said this. And
Mm-hmm.
most lawsuits are dismissed because, look, there's people up here saying they seen me. Ricky,
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Ricky.
I used to be a mess. I used to be, a
Not my
cuss.
girl. Not my girl. Country girl says she used to be in the beef sector too. Not my
Mhm.
girl. Oh my God.
And I still got a lot, like, even my friends that's in the beef sector right now, they'll ask me, "I heard this girl was talking about you. Do you want us to drag her?" Drag
Oh
her.
Lord.
I
They'll go after you.
Yes, Yes, and that's how I'm able. Yes, I remember you with the avatar.
Wow,
Yes.
Mildred too. Mildred too. She said she was in
Mm-hmm.
the beef sector too.
Mm-mm, she. Mm-hmm.
Check it, not checking your boo. Check your boo say too. Oh my god, I can't believe you guys.
And I have come a long way.
Uh
I try
huh.
to lean back and be much more compassionate because and that's why a lot of people don't like me. If you didn't know, a lot of people don't like me on YouTube because I used to
Mhm.
be vicious, like doxing. I ain't even call it doxing. I
Uh
just say,
huh.
let me look you up.
Oh Lord Jesus! And don't you know? Some of them, my followers, they send me some of those videos, and but when I listen to it, it feel like my spirit be grieved. I just can't get past it. I don't know. I just can't. I tried listening to some of that stuff, but I don't know. I can't get past it. I promise you. It just feel like, oh my God, I can't. Lady Rose says even then Marcella was the one with the sound mind. Oh, you was the peacemaker.
No, at one time,
She said the sound mind.
that's
She
how
said the
I met
sound
Miss
mind.
Wanda. One of my blogger friends that was on the show with me was dragging Miss Wanda, and I
She said
I
you
was
was a mess.
I was like I was like I got the same feeling as Miss Wanda. You come off after my child, I'm going. I don't care if my daughter can handle it or not. I'm
Uh
going to
huh.
come.
So
And
you used to rip them up. You used to rip
so
them
I
up with your
told
mouth. You used to
blogger
rip them up with
friend,
your mouth.
yeah, I would dox. I would go into people's personal lives
Oh,
on the
okay. Oh,
internet.
that's how. Oh, that's how y'all used to do it. Just go and pull him up, and that shut him up, right?
Right. So, like, say a blogger came for me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, I'm gonna tell you about this blogger. I ain't gonna say their name. This
Mm-hmm.
blogger house is upside down. Husband, is a foreigner, cheated, took money out the bank, refinanced the house, and she ready to lose her house, so she's saying she's getting a divorce. Well, he already left you when he scammed you on your house, and you get ready to lose your house. So if I wanted to be mean, I would come out and say, "You, ma'am, got a nerve to be up here talking about people," and then tell their whole personal life. I just don't do that no more
But
now.
how you could tell their house, how you can how you could know how their house look and stuff.
Because once you go on their LinkedIn tell you everything about a person who's trying to get a job. It gives you
Okay,
their address.
yes.
It gives you that. Then I go to Yelp. I Google their address, and it shows you the house.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Oh my God.
And
Lord
so
Jesus
I just
Christ.
don't do that no more. That's why I say I don't go after bloggers no more. Like if a blogger come after me, I don't say what you want to say. I
Mm-hmm.
will not because I think if I put my tiptoe back in there one time,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be bad. Cause it don't only start with the blogger, then I go to the husband and the kids. And
Oh Lord
back in those
Jesus.
days, it didn't mean anything to me. Well, I locked everything up on me. I mean, they could see my house, but
Mm-hmm.
as far as pulling my credit or
Mm-hmm.
just having somebody, not pull it but look at it
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Okay, girl, your credit score 315, and you
Mm-hmm.
over here talking," and so. I just don't do that no more. I don't go after bloggers. I let them say whatever they want to say.
Yes.
God to take that viciousness from me. But when I get up here now, I slow walk people
Oh,
because I
okay.
be saying I got the receipts, and I don't dox like court papers
Okay.
are public record. Anything I
Yes.
get on you is public.
Absolutely. And that's why I always say, and that's how I used to say when I was in the ministry, let your life be an open book.
Hmm.
Because who could tell it better than outsiders, you see?
Hmm.
So, like, I remember when it was say, well, everybody know about my business, but what about your business? I say, well, hey,
Hmm.
I let people on that really know me, because who could tell it better than the ones that been through it? You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So,
But
like I said, if especially when you come out in the open, and dealing with people, that's just like with presidents, let your life be an open book. Because if you are ashamed of your past, then that means that you have not let it go. You
mhm.
understand what I'm saying?
Well,
The
I'm not
oh,
ashamed of what I used to do at all. But guess
mhm,
what? I knew what I was doing
Mhm.
After I listened to the replays of some of the videos, I hurt people. I really hurt them to
Because
the
they was the reason why
a
you
lot of
got to them
bloggers
because
just
they
went
still
away.
was holding on to their past.
No, a lot of bloggers went away. Like we used to be the
Wow.
Terminator of YouTube.
Oh Lord Jesus. Well, like I said there and say, a lot of people they can pretend be they are great pretenders behind the computer, especially the ones that does not show their face. You know,
Mhm,
you can be whoever you want to be, but when you come out on social media, let your life be an open book. Because if
mhm,
you don't let your life be an open book, then people gonna be able to use anything against you. So you fake. You understand? Just like when it
mhm,
came to my life with my business, my life is an open book when it came to my business. Anybody want to know about my business? Hey, who could tell it better than the ones that's been through it? I ran a God fearing business, but like I said there and say, hey, we got people that don't want to see you blessed. They don't want to see you prosper. Just like going through with Miss Wanda and Stormy. I trigger by things like that, especially when it comes to black businesses.
mhm,
We are so hard when we see our people being successful. Don't get jealous
mhm.
because when they bless, you bless. It does not make no sense for you trying to sabotage people business, especially black businesses. And you know about it, we have very a small percentage of black businesses in the United States, maybe
Mhm.
about 10% of black businesses. Why would we want to tear down each other? Make it make
Yeah,
sense.
no, and that's what we shouldn't do. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna lie to you, Lady D. Somebody try to do something to me, I do, slap them in the face a little bit to let them know, like pow, and and then I get back on my, you know, I will slap somebody up here. I'm talking
Well,
about
thank God for the blood. You heard me? Thank God for
yes,
the blood
thank
of Jesus
God,
that you're not
thank
like you used to
God that
be.
I'm reading my daily prayer every day,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and
Thank
I
God for the
promise
blood of
you,
Jesus
I
that
ain't trying to
my
get
girl
back
Marcella
there.
is not like she used to be because Marcella said
Mhm.
she would shut them down in a minute, right?
And then y'all see Sparkle, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Sparkle is my ride or die. I'm
I
telling
love
you,
me some sparkles. Yes.
we used to sex bomb people pages. Like say
What is sex bond? What is
we
that?
you inviting me up right now, right?
Uh
And
huh.
then I'll show pictures of I'll put people having sex on your page and you
Oh
lose.
no, not Miss Marcel. Oh my God. No, 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 no.
We don't do that. I don't do that no more. But
So
that's
you will go on someone's page, somebody's channel, and sex bomb them.
yeah,
Not Miss Marcella. Thank God for the blood. Thank God for the blood. My
yeah.
God. How you overcame.
I it's because when
Why would you do that?
my husband had that accident, y'all just
Hmm.
don't know. I had a lot of time alone, and
Okay.
and then you need help, and I wasn't the type to ask anybody to help me, so I was like, "Lord, I need your help." But God revealed to me I needed to change my ways because
Thank you,
a
Jesus.
lot of what I went through as a young adult and a kid
Hmm.
made me vengeful. I do know that. And still, when you
Hmm.
start talking to somebody and they're telling you, let that go, and then you won't be that tied up. Even my own husband said, let it go, let it go, let it go. And
Hmm.
it took me a couple of years to let it go. But that's what I'm saying. When people poke me, sometimes bloggers, you know what I think? They're
Hmm.
trying to get clout saying, okay, I came after Marcella from All About the Tea or All About That Marcella from Nosy Ho.
Hmm.
That's what they be trying to poke. And then I just let them say what they want to say and ignore them.
Hmm.
And I feel good
Hmm.
because they know
So
that
you felt good tearing them down, or you felt good once you got all that out? How it made you feel? I see it in your
I felt
face
like
right now.
I had,
Come on, we telling
I,
the truth
no,
right now.
you want me to be honest?
Yes.
I felt like I had a climax.
Oh,
I did.
I wish I could carry them up, but look, I've been doing some spring cleaning. I've been cleaning baseboards and everything. I wish I could carry them up,
Do
but you
you
got
know
a
that
climax. Oh
yeah,
my
we did a
God.
whole funeral on
A
YouTube.
whole
Ask,
funeral.
ask anybody if they seen me in that funeral on this page. Anybody saw me when I did the funeral on Nosy Hill Live?
Hmm.
I did a funeral for a blogger, and now me and that blogger are good friends. They was just like
Wow.
I put on different wigs and everything. It was traumatic for the blogger, but the blogger reached out to me. We talked, and now I don't do that anymore. I mean, we even collected money in the offering plate and gave it out to different
Y'all
subscribers.
did a eulogy when y'all was tearing down. Y'all was burying them, huh?
We, no, we actually
And
buried.
nailing the nailing them to the coffin. Y'all was burying them and nailing them at the same time.
And but you know what? Me and Queen Tulsa are the bomb. And we are,
Hmm.
and we good now because I really apologized and said I'm sorry. I didn't
Absolutely. That's
I
it.
didn't
That's
mean to
it.
hurt your feelings, and I
Hmm.
didn't. When I seen that it really hurt her, I reached out and I said, "I'm sorry." When she reached out to me first, I didn't
Hmm.
say sorry, and then after that, I mean, when I tell you that
Hmm.
God changed me because we did in a funeral where we got every
Wow.
blogger got dressed up in black, and we let y'all
My
so
God.
y'all could see the funeral outfits and
And y'all
everything.
was tearing them, y'all was slaying them, taking them out, huh?
But
Thank God.
now when I come up and I just have fun,
Hmm.
because everybody didn't know that, I do have a sense of intelligence.
Hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely, absolutely. I like
but
that. Shout
now
out to the
people
people
see
that's humble
that I
enough to
try
mend
to
the
give people
fences.
financial advice and stuff
Hmm.
advice and money things, but a lot of people still can't shake Marcella the nosy hoe, Marcella the all about the tea. People can't shake that, and I don't have a problem with that. Just I just let them know you you strike at me too hard, then you gonna get
Hmm.
one of them people.
Wow.
But I just don't
Wow.
allow people to strike at me like that no more. I just let them.
Want me to tell you what they said there and say they say the mouth is like a two-edged sword. People
Mm,
think that, oh, I can pick up a power or I can pick up a knife. No, your mouth can cut like a two-edged sword. Your mouth can cut through the white meat. That same tongue in your mouth can set an entire forest on fire. That's why I would
mm,
rather let's go ahead and duke it out than put a mouth on someone. But I thank God because you was on that road, what I call Damascus, that you was on that road to tear up. You hear me? To tear up.
mhm,
But this is what I want to know. When you was coming on and you was going into that dark place right there, was your personal life kind of dark? Because sometimes hurt people. So I know that I can't get the people that I know, so I'm gonna get the people that I don't know. So that's how you felt when you was coming on and tearing down because you was taking out your personal onto a platform that you didn't even know these people. So hey, they free game.
mhm.
You
My life
yes.
was dark, but see,
Mm-hmm.
it got really dark once my husband had that accident.
Yes.
And that's when I didn't have the motivation. It put me into depression, and
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find no way out. But in the hospital room was the Bible, where I had to
Mm.
re-pick it back up and educate myself. And the only thing could help me with that was prayer at that time, because people could tell me
Wow.
it was going to be okay. But the word of God comforted me. It's just like me picking up a novel and reading it. And
Mm-hmm.
I just kept reading the word of God. And then I was like, God, remember what you say, you're gonna bring him back to me. And
Mm-hmm.
but I had to God made me a promise. I had to make him a promise that I was
Mm-hmm.
not going to hurt people like that anymore. And then, I was like a thumb thug.
Mm-hmm.
I was like a thumb thug. I was a bully online.
A thumb, yes, yes.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do that anymore, but,
Yes. But thank God for the blood. And I also think that we need more talks like this. And you see how we was going to talk about one thing and how God switches around. That's
mhm,
what you call the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit knows exactly what we need for such a time like this. And you're
mhm,
not alone. We all been through, I started my channel because I was in depression. And by me coming on to talk to people, especially people that I don't know, I felt
mhm,
a little relief. It got me out of a lot of depression that I was in because when it came to my business, I could have been in prison. I sat there
mhm,
and girl, I went through some hell for 7 years trying to fight to keep my business. But I know that, I would never sit there and try to steal from myself. Girl, I had I ain't gonna tell you no lie. They had put like 72 felony counts on me. You see what I'm saying?
mm,
I could have been in prison. And that's why I say our life should be a testimony of how we overcome. And by me sitting there fighting it, they dropped it all down because they know that, first of all, if you don't go into these people's homes, that's something on you. If
Mhm.
I didn't have a bookkeeper, that's why I sit there and so hard when I see people coming against businesses, right?
Mhm.
Because if I
Mhm.
didn't have a bookkeeper, if I didn't have someone that did my billing, if I didn't have an attorney on deck, I would have been in prison. That's why I
Mhm.
sit there and say, when you start a business, make sure that you have the right people in place. I had a
Mhm.
company called Paycheck, and I know you probably heard of a company called Paycheck, where they did all my payrolls, everything. I didn't have to do nothing, just sit there and just look cute. But if I wouldn't have had all that stuff intact, that's why I would like to talk about small business. I want to see my people
Mhm.
prosper. I think that this right here is a time right now, and my motto is, if I don't own it, I don't want it. It's the time now that we
Mhm.
should be able to have our own business, because who wants to sit there and work for other people, punch somebody else clock? And we already talk about a famine is coming right now, where if you don't have your own business, and when a famine come, do you think that these people gonna look out for you? No, they gonna look out for their own people, right? That looks just like them.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm so hard when it comes to black businesses,
Yeah.
and stop tearing down each other business. But I'm so glad that we got a testimony, how
Yeah.
we overcame, and it was nothing but the blood, and sometimes hurt people. And that's
Mhm.
why I believe, Miss Marcella, when it comes to Love and Marriage in Huntsville, a lot of us, we could take a piece of it. And that's why we so trauma bonding to this particular show,
Mhm.
because we can relate to just about everything that
Yeah.
someone had went on with this show. But I thank God that God had opened up your eyes when you was on that road of Damascus. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah, but, I had a husband that cheated
Hmm.
on me and had a child. But guess what? When I was done, because I couldn't stay as long as she did, I got out of it immediately, and my
Hmm.
best revenge was
Hmm.
showing him that I can do good without you.
Hmm.
And I didn't try to strike at him or anything. I didn't try to, strike at him. He was in the military. And what I said, I don't want you to get kicked out the military, because I was married to him long enough to have part of his retirement. So
Hmm.
if I get him kicked out, he's going to, not be able to give me till this day. Our daughter is 28 years old,
Hmm.
and I still get his retirement even though I am married.
Hmm. Your first husband.
My second husband. This is my
Oh, your
third.
second. Oh, Miss
If
Marcella.
we don't do right, next.
Uh-huh.
I don't believe in staying around. I'm gonna get married again, because in my mind, I should always be a wife.
We need this is the type of conversations that I like. Even though you got to be careful, because people use your goods and try to use it against you.
Oh, it's
But
hard.
this question, that's why I sit there and say, when it comes to your life, make sure it be an open book. But it's a time and a place for everything. But I also want to say, and if you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer. Are your other two husbands, are they still alive?
Yes. And guess what?
Wow.
All three of my husbands are friends. Why?
Hmm. Hmm.
Because like when my first husband daughter graduated, my husband now and my first husband went to the graduation together. Then when my second child went, out of respect, because my first husband, got to coming around visiting his kids, got to know my first child, he came. So
Hmm.
it was, everybody, I was the one that always left, because they all shared that I had an issue. I mean, and that's why my second husband will say to my first husband, "Man, you got to have a lot of, to handle her," because I used to fly off the handle. I'm a very domineering person, but
Hmm.
with Tim showed me how to relax. I mean, I'm 59 years old, and if somebody want to throw down, I'm ready to throw these hands.
Wow, you don't look like that type.
Yeah. Oh, I have 12 brothers.
Oh, okay. You're more like a tomboyish,
No, yeah, I'm gonna say this
protecting
real quick.
yourself.
Do you know when I was 12 years old, I I used to tell all everybody, "Suck my you know what."
And then at 12 years old, I got my period, right? And I went to my mama and said, "Ma, you know what is bleeding, Mama? You know what is bleeding?"
Mhm.
And I thought I was a boy all the way up till I was 12 years old.
Wow. So you the only girl.
Yes. And that's what I'm
Out of
saying.
all the rest of them,
Yes,
all
I have
11 of them is all
98
boys.
nieces and nephews,
Wow.
98, and they are all ages. And
Wow.
then they have children, and that's why I'm saying nobody wants to say they're gonna come to my house and fight. That
Mm, mm, mm,
because
mm.
you might come in walking, but six people gonna carry you up out of here.
W
I'm that mean.
Wow. So, I saw someone sit there and say you have 3 husbands and they
Yes,
all get along. All 3 of
yes,
your other 2 husbands get along with your husband
yes.
now?
I can
Wow.
call them on the phone anytime, and guess what? I'm friends with their wives because their wives know I don't want them back. That when I
Okay.
left, I was done. It
That's
to me
good.
to go back, it'd be like a dog sucking up his own vomit.
Vomit. Mhm.
I could not do that, but I knew that I wanted my children to be successful, and I cannot fight with him because my kids will be dwindling on. My parents are not getting along.
Mhm.
So I had to make sure, and all my children are successful. All my
Mhm.
children are college educated. All my children
Look at the
make
blood of
good money.
Jesus.
And, because me growing up being abused, I did not want my fruit to be poisoned. And so
Absolutely.
I had to put up with a lot of stuff. And like right now, my youngest daughter, who will be here next week,
Mhm.
um, she is like me in a sense. She's like me in a sense, but she see that I'm calming down. She's beginning to calm because when she would elevate, I would elevate. Now when she elevate, I said, just call me when you get your scruples together. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? When you get
Mhm.
yourself together, you call me back, and I would just hang up. So she's
Mhm.
learning how to not be angry like me. Like my daughter is 6 feet, and
Mhm.
my daughter, I pop you,
Mhm.
but
But I like what you said there and say you said that you didn't wanted your fruits to be poisoned, so
right,
you was there to break those generational curses. And see,
right.
a lot of people, that's why I say this the type of conversations that we need, and when it comes to love and marriage in Huntsville, it can be a blessing and it also can be a curse. It's how you use it, because you could have used your trauma, your past hurt, you could have allowed that to trickle down on your kids, but you refused the whatever that you've been through to pass down to
Mhm,
your children. And that's why you can say today that your children are successful today, because with you was like the shear,
mhm.
to protect your kids from all that toxicity.
Yeah,
But what we watching right now when it comes to love and marriage in Huntsville, we watching no solution, because now they trying to drag the kids in it, you see. And we got
yeah,
some people that's wise say no, the buck stop here. We're not going to allow our kids to go through what we went through. So the best way to do it is to, get the white
yeah.
folks involved. And I hate to get the white folks involved, but that's exactly what it did. But when it came to you, you was wise to sit there and say, look, whatever I've been through it, I'll be damned if my kids go through it. And that's
Mhm,
why God, he had blessed your kids, because you was there to sit there and lay the foundation when it came to your children.
mhm.
God, tell me how God is good.
They
God is
graduated from
good.
high school and college. We
Yes.
had to be there. It's not
Yes.
my husband now was gonna say, "Oh, I ain't going because your
Mhm.
ex-husband gonna be there." No.
Yes.
We made sure that everybody got everything that they needed, and I
Wow.
had to work on myself because like I said, I still had a lot of anger. Now I look at Love and Marriage Huntsville as what it is. It's a show. It
Uh-huh.
is a show. Like there's been a lot of broken friendships. It's been, broken families on that show. Is and you see Tisha and Marceau let everybody say whatever they wanted to say, and
Mhm.
their marriage is together. Their marriage
Absolutely.
is together because see, that's what you gotta discipline. You can't
Mhm.
let nobody penetrate your bubble. And now they're compromised. I'm talking about Mel and Martell have compromised because when those white people get involved, they don't care about you or your children. They care about
Mhm.
you making that payment so I can go into that courtroom.
Mhm.
That's what they care about. I'm
Mhm.
letting y'all know I read the court docs myself. She got a continuance. And for people to be saying she got a win with her, if you calling
Can
having
you break down what a continuance is? Because a continuance is not a
that means
person that the
he
judge
wants
made an order. Explain to
no,
them what a
he wanted the
continuance
case to
is.
be heard as like right now. He wants you to put this on the docket for October
Mhm.
16th to merge the cases together. But he went in there and said, well, we can use what I filed against Mel on October 16th, and I moved my criminal case until December 12th. So Mel went in there and said, you can't prove anything. And so the judge said, now we're not going to drop it. But what I will do is give your attorney time to gather evidence,
Mhm.
and we'll hear your case in February, and we'll hear his case. He can't continue it no more. He only got 2 times to continue it. So his
Mhm.
second time was for December. He's going to go in there and he's going to show that he shouldn't have these charges put on him of domestic violence. But that's what's so crazy, y'all. The case shouldn't be under domestic violence, but in the state of Alabama, harassing communication of a family member falls up under domestic violence. I
Mhm.
think that he should have in Virginia that don't fall up under the same thing. But he has to go in there and answer to it, because right now, when somebody pulls up his record to work, they're gonna see domestic violence.
Mhm.
Bump whatever else it might say. It's gonna be domestic violence. If Martell and Mel are teachers by trade. If he ever wanted to go back and teach, he can't because he got that DV on his record. And he underestimated her. He didn't think that she would do nothing like this, but you can't tell nobody how to fight. And she's angry, and part of her anger is because he's still with Ariane or the baby or whatever she's mad about. And people on the internet do seem to merge their lives with anybody trauma because that's easy. You ever heard the road to heaven is narrow, but the road to hell is wide? Well, what they're doing, they don't realize that that's Mel's issue, and she's okay. She is really okay because she's making movies, going places, doing things. She's moving on, but these subscribers, some of them are stuck. They
Mhm.
are stuck in her trauma, and they don't realize that she is smiling, making money, going to tropical vacations while they're still in their house in the project, you know, falling for this. I just said if somebody do something to me, I'm gonna show you I'm doing good. You never gonna hear me say, please get my husband for me, please.
Mhm.
That's what it seemed like it is. We got to remember this is a show. You get 45 minutes of a show without a commercial, and they're only giving you snippets. You don't really know what's going on. Now, bump the show. Everything that's going on in that courtroom is going to be leading all over YouTube. And it don't make no sense. So sometimes you got to ignore what's going on in that courtroom, because right now it can make it worse. The judge, all he got to do is walk in there and say, she's making these people do this to me. It's not her making these people do that to them. It's these people who want to show their support for her and say, I'll get them. Don't worry. I'll do it. I'll do it. Oh, because like they're trying to compare Canvas Beauty and Seventh Avenue. Why can't it be that they both got a business? And let's just support if you want to. If you don't, don't. Now, y'all, we done crossed over the line where their kids are involved,
Mhm.
meaning that uh, guardian ad litem is going to be appointed. The guardian ad litem is a lawyer for the kids. They're going to be spoken to. Did your mama do this? Did your daddy do this? You don't think this will go with the kids? Like, I don't want to get my mom in trouble, but she did this. I don't want to get my dad in trouble, but she did this. And now if they get taken away, do you know that DHR could come in and separate the kids from both of the parents and make the parents do parent capacity classes, psychologicals to be parents, and then you got white people telling you you ain't a good parent because you got an answer
Mhm.
wrong.
And that's why I say, not to cut you off, when it comes to melody cannot make, which it is true, melody cannot make people do anything. But I think that if you throw it out there, and these people already trauma bonded and they already set on deck because you didn't stop them in the beginning. I remember one of the head leaders on this content creator has said we saw how people was treating Melody, so we told Melody she don't and it's not the words verbatim, I'm gonna say allegedly. We told Melody she don't have to do anything, we got her, but if you don't stop it, then you just as guilty. And that's where I fault Melody. Even though Melody cannot make anyone do anything, but if you don't stop it, then you just as guilty. Or you coming out and you making t-shirts and talking about the millimeters and they on deck, and certain words that you put out there. So that's where I hold Melody, because first of all, half of this information, just like Butterfly had said, when it comes to this leak of the documents right now of what they're going through, it happened on a Friday, and a Sunday the bloggers had gotten that. And I don't think that even though the information is at a push of a button, but I don't think that these people went ahead and searched that information so fast unless
Right, they had to
someone
be
was
guided. You
leaking
might
it,
want
someone
to
was
look
leaking
in
it.
Madison
And
County
I'm gonna
Court.
say allegedly what you
No,
said.
they were guided because this was not done
Well,
where
when you say it was
somebody went.
guided, can you break down what you mean was guiding? Because
Guided means, listen, I ain't gonna be talking to y'all right now. Y'all need to look in the Madison County Courthouse. He done filed something against me. And they go look with the, it's called Pacer or Trellis. You could pull up anybody's criminal record or any type of filing. So they were guided over there because this was done electronically. When
hmm
it's done electronically, you don't know not unless you actually got access.
that's what I'm saying.
And somebody said he filed something against me over there, and then what they did was pulled it up. It's easy. It's very easy to do. You just have a
Because it's
couple
much
of dollars.
easier if you got someone that's in that courthouse that's
Yeah,
leaking that information.
yeah.
That's what makes it more easily. And that's
But
why I
to
say
me,
when it comes to Martell need to hire an investigator, because if these
he don't
people
have
are
the money.
doing all that stuff, I don't care if he does not have the money or not. If you can have money to come up with any other things, you can have money to sit there and come with stuff that's going to help you, with the situation. Because if not, you're going to find yourself in a deeper hole. And even if it's not true, you're going to spend more unnecessary money to get yourself out of that. It
Yeah.
got to be people that's inside those courthouses that's leaking the information to the bloggers. And it's easy to go ahead and find that out. Easy, because
Mhm.
all you have to do is find out who are the first ones that's leaking that information. And I promise you, you're gonna find out who is the ones that's leaking that.
But
Because that's inside.
it is inside. Yeah, I sort of kind of know where it come from, but
hmm
I never thought a show could reach out into people's real lives. Like when
hmm
these people go into court and stuff, Mel ain't paying no attorney fees for these people.
No, she's not.
And I'm telling you, I got served a couple of months ago, and they were surprised because they gave me until Monday to answer them.
hmm
And they served me Tuesday and Thursday morning. They were served back. Like,
You served because of the show, because of some
yes, yeah.
wow.
And I said, I served them right back. You cannot tell me. We got the First Amendment freedom of speech. And, as long as you really do say allegedly, in
hmm
my opinion, and these people are on, they're on TV. So you can say things, but, people don't understand that courts are dismissing it. It's a lot of people in this sector that have been to court,
hmm
and they get in there and the judge dismiss it.
hmm checking your boots said Martell need a good attorney. You don't really need to have a good attorney. All you need is to find out who are the ones that's leaking that information, and you can file all that yourself. all that yourself. And we now in the age of information, you can pull out whatever court documents, anything that you want to know, go to the courthouse, and I
Mhm.
promise you, everything that the attorney is doing, get you someone that maybe retired, a legal advisor, that knows about this type of paperwork and stuff like that. They're going to help you with that. You don't really need to go ahead and pay an attorney. Just you can do all that stuff right in the comfort of your home. I promise you. All you just need the right
Mhm.
person to connect with that. But it got to be someone that's feeding them that type of information. And I remember when you had dropped a lot of receipts of how it was saying that the mom was also putting a lot of information out. And I'm gonna say a legend, but you had the receipts. I saw it.
Mhm.
I saw the receipts where they was fighting with each other. Don't get Miss Van into it. It got to be
Mhm.
people that's inside that's leaking this type of information
Right.
to these bloggers.
And when I did that, I was threatened with a lawsuit prior
Hmm.
to me showing the receipts, right?
From showing the receipts that was already out there, Miss Marcella.
Yeah, but they were deleted. They were deleted, right? And I retrieved them. And when I showed the receipt, I ain't never heard no more about a lawsuit since then. Because
Wow,
you told me that when they say I'ma sue you,
you
it's
kind
up
of sue.
to me to prove.
Absolutely.
And when they seen that I have the receipts to prove, like sometimes, I'm a little devilish. I will, if I know that somebody's coming on and they're members only or something, I would hit record so I can listen to it the next day. And then I'd be like, I'm not going to answer. But because I told everybody the truth, I am a troll in your membership. Now they watch what they say.
Hmm.
So what they do is give you a nickname and me, like I'm Teeth, or I'm
Hmm.
Rich Teeth, or I'm Piano Teeth. And it's
Hmm.
fine with me because if I want to get my teeth fixed, I can get it. I can get it.
Absolutely.
It's just that, like I said, I can walk into rooms that they can't get into with these same teeth. I walk
Hmm.
into rooms that you can't get into. So I'm I just let them say what they want to say because sometimes they bring people right to my page
Hmm.
for views, interaction, all that counts. All that counts. Y'all hit the like button. All that
Yes,
counts.
guys, hit the like button.
When they're talking about you, they bring people over to your page and then people get over there and love it.
Hmm. So how can I go ahead and because I notice when I do my membership, they can't chat, but they can see. Other people can see. I don't see like a conversation like this. I would have loved it be in our membership only, but see, God always have a way to have things out in the open. But how can I do where I don't want people to watch unless they are a
Block
member?
them. Block
But
them.
how do I go and block them? Because I just went
Your
in and
YouTube
put
studio.
membership. I did membership, and when I did membership, they can't chat, but they still can watch. So do I put the link inside of the membership thing of the video that I'm going to go live with?
Mm-mm. What you do is go into your YouTube studio and ban that person, even though
No,
they
I don't want nobody to see. Just only members, on certain
right.
things I want to talk about.
Well, see, they're paying you to see that
No, they're
membership.
not. I only have 14 people that's watch. I mean, that paid me, but I had like 70 some people that was able to see that live, but I didn't want none of them to see because see, I want to talk about topics like this, especially when it comes to how we are trauma when it comes
So
to this
you're
particular
saying that
show.
70 people paid you. Those people had to pay to go into your membership.
Then I don't see it. I don't see them. I only see 14, but they couldn't chat, but they was able to watch. So I think it was Dana
I don't
had
think you put it
someone
on
texted me and
members.
told me that I didn't click the right button. I only clicked
Right,
chat. But I
right.
want to
See,
know how can I click
let
where
me
it's just
show you something.
membership.
It I don't know if I can show you on my phone, but it's three little dots. When you
Mhm.
go into your YouTube studio to monetize it, you got to
Mhm.
hit those three little dots right then and there and
Mhm.
put members only
Mhm. Well, I'm gonna do a test, another test
before
because
you
I
do your
did.
live, and then only members can see it because it locks it.
Okay. Well, I must have didn't do something right because this the type of topics I want to talk about, especially when it comes to what we going through, we went through a lot, and look at the testimony that you talked about, how
Mhm.
you went through, you had well, on your third marriage, and they get along, and those generational curses didn't fall upon your children was very successful,
Yeah.
because God, he didn't search what was coming out of your mouth, but what was in your heart had to be right for you to
Mhm.
sit there and have these kids not falling into the same trauma that you was falling in. That's a testimony by itself.
But you know what? When I
You
had
broke
my
those
children,
generational
they
curses
were
off
my
of your
best friend.
children.
So
Hmm.
I told my children things that I wouldn't even tell my husband, what the things that I was going through. It was like I went to tell my son, I used to be on demon time. Like we didn't care if I
Wow.
lived or not. I used to be that type of person. And then I just let them know. So my kids were more of like, mom, just calm down, mom, this. And I
So
would
your
do it.
kids was telling you to stop, right?
They no, they would tell me just calm down. Like, um, I used to do some crazy stuff. And you know
Hmm.
what? I got through it without going to prison or
Wow,
whatever.
nothing
But
but
you gotta
God.
remember, I'm from Harlem. I'm from a Hispanic
Oh,
family.
okay.
I'm from a Hispanic family, Hispanic and black, and I'm
So that, yeah, that's the way that y'all was taught. You
right.
you you got to be tough, or they'll just look at you as weak, right? And by
Mhm.
you growing up with 11 brothers, it taught
Well,
you, 12. Wow, 13. So you 13, right?
it's 13 of us.
Wow. So you had to learn, either you was gonna swim or you was gonna sink, right?
Right, meaning that if my brothers was in an argument with a girl, I would fight the girl because they didn't put their hands on them. Even if my brothers were fighting, I would jump in the fight, and maybe I would have a weapon, maybe I have a blade, whatever. It was,
Wow.
but me as an adult, I have really matured to
Mm-hmm.
see that I didn't want my kids to be living day to day. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want my kids to worry about where their next meal was coming from. So I
Mm-hmm.
worked hard, and then just being around interesting people, then
Mm-hmm.
you
So
learn.
was your husband was, and this not to interview you, but like I said, I promise you it's not to interview you. That's why I want membership only, because
Mhm.
it's time for us, especially. I truly believe this is the eighth universal year. Either you get it or you just gonna be left behind. And it's time
Mhm.
for us to start, educating and teaching our people, but we also can't cast our pearls to any and everybody, because people will
Right.
take your goods and make it evil spoken of. But this is what I wanted to ask. When it comes to your husbands, were they good providers?
They were military.
Wow. So they were good providers.
And then I married an agent after that. And then,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, I had to be a better person because, of his job, his title, and he was a boss. So look,
Mm-hmm.
like, you had different things, law enforcement against drugs, where
Mm-hmm.
you gonna talk to drugs, where I got some of my brothers used to come in and talk to children. And then my husband's story about being a foster child really melted my entire heart.
Mm-hmm.
And so, one of my brothers played football for the Giants. So when he gave all of us money. I took my money at my time and invested it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Hey. Come and close my door right quick. My grandson just got here. Thank you. My grandson just got here.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got my money, I invested in T Row because I felt like I was too foolish to
Mm-hmm.
spend that money, right? I said, if I got all this money, then I started learning, being around people with money. And realized I didn't have to buy the Louis Vuitton. I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
to do that. These rich, wealthy people are not walking around with Louis Vuitton. They're walking around with jeans and
Absolutely.
t-shirt, and still I wasn't ready to spend my money because I made good
Mm-hmm.
money. I'm
Mm-hmm.
educated. And so now I donate money to different charities, to people who
Mm-hmm.
really need it. And I get blessed because the money that I kept over there, I got interest.
You sowed crazy seeds. Some crazy, you call them crazy seeds. When you sow them crazy seeds in the ground, honey, you're gonna reap a good harvest. And you sowed some crazy seeds out there. So now what you're doing is you reaping a harvest.
And so what I did was, now I live off the interest. Like when somebody
That's
say they're gonna
good.
sue me, like they can't take my house or anything. You
Mhm.
know why? Because the same story I'm saying on my page, I
Mhm.
got it in a trust. You can
Mhm.
sue me, but you only can get what I get as a monthly income. That's it.
Mhm.
My husband, he gets Social Security, but I pay the bills over here.
Mhm.
I pay the bills, and we enjoy my husband money as dinner, fishing. There's a lot of times that I'm traveling and y'all don't even know that I went to another state and came back,
Mhm.
because that's what I don't share with everybody, what I'm doing. My husband I don't want him to be content. And I don't know if you saw where somebody had made a meme and put my husband up there with one leg.
Nah, no. Oh, that's horrible. Never
But
saw it.
see, what that was supposed to do was break me, and it
Mhm.
didn't break me. And what I said is that my husband, one leg, he's jet skiing and doing what he want to do.
Mhm.
My husband is vacationing. He goes, and what he do. My husband he's a Jehovah Witness.
Mhm.
And what it is that we have two different religions, and we talked about it. What I talked about is, even though
Mhm.
he a Jehovah Witness, I respect what he do, because he could be in
Mhm.
a club drunk and doing a bunch of stuff. So I'd rather have a Jehovah Witness, and I'm a Christian, and we go to church, and then we come back at the same time.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
and I live with it. But like when they come and knock on my door, I will
Mhm.
bring them in my house. And my husband said, please don't do that. Please don't do that. When they tell me let's go to Psalms, I said, let's go to Revelations.
Mhm. Well, I'm glad you guys can get, because sometimes religion, which I'm not really into religion anymore. I
Mm,
call myself non-denomination, because I
mhm,
think when it comes to religion, which that's a topic by itself, but like I say, I enjoy this type of conversation. When it comes to religion, religion divides, and that's why
mhm,
I don't even call myself a Christian anymore. I call myself a believer, because
mhm,
you see a lot of people right now that calling themselves Christians, but they don't have the characteristic of Christ like. To me, they are very uh, dangerous. But I like the part, and I think that's where, we should talk about, because I truly believe this year right here is reaping the harvest and being good stewards when it comes to
mhm,
money, because we talk about it all the time. I could talk about it from a spiritual perspective, and you could talk about, what's really going
mhm.
on out
But I
there.
knew my husband wanted to die.
Hmm.
I
Huh.
knew he wanted to die. He was saying, "Why did you let me live?"
Oh,
But
wow.
then when he started going to the Kingdom Hall, because that's his religion from birth,
Hmm.
that made him happy. So if
Hmm.
if that made it, and sometimes he'll say, "Babe, will you go to the Kingdom Hall with me today? We're doing something special." I go. I
Hmm.
go because that makes him happy. So if you are in love with your significant other and you want to see them happy, and
Hmm.
it's something that's make putting a smile on their face, you share that. Any other time, I would have told him, "No, I'm not going." Mm-mm.
Mhm. I used to study all the time with Jehovah Witnesses. That's how
Mhm,
I got a lot of my teaching. When it came
mhm,
to Jehovah Witness, I knew what to chew and what to spit out. I got a lot
mhm.
of teaching from Jehovah Witness
They're
people.
good
And
studiers, but they're
yes.
also just like the mellometers. They keep
Hmm.
listening to something and they just believe it.
Hmm.
But then
Hmm.
when you ask them, what do you feel? See, I feel the energy from God. Like when my husband was hurt, when I told you I had to sit and listen to myself, and God was showing me a video of how my life was. And I said, God, I need him, because out of all my relationships, Tim is so calming that he's able to calm me down. So if I lost him, I thought I was gonna lose control. So
Hmm.
that means I had to humble myself and do what God told me to do. Because I said, I promise, if you let him stay here, I will live for you. And
Wow,
that's
that's
what I
good.
do. Because God gives me a feeling that I don't know if he gets the same feeling from the Kingdom Hall. But I be telling him, don't be over there looking at them old ladies with them slips on.
Hmm. Oh, you tell them don't look at.
I'm not a jealous person either, and that's
Hmm.
another thing. We get possessive, of other
Mhm.
people. I'm just trying to keep my own self, from not
Mhm.
losing control. So
Mhm.
that's a challenge. That's a test. Every time somebody talk about me on the YouTube streets, it's like that's the test. And now I have to do this the testimony. It's a mess, but I got to receive the message to
Mhm.
say, okay, now that's what means standing on business.
Mhm.
Because they don't try to put me in a mess, and now the message is I'm not going for that.
Mhm.
Now you would have to come to my door. Like it was a lady said she wouldn't come to my door. And I said, okay, you can come here. But I
Mhm.
just want you to say goodbye to everybody in your family. Everybody.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Mm.
like I said, my husband got a law enforcement background. He worked as an international shoreman, but narcotics division.
Mhm. So
So
your husband was in the military too, right?
no, he was a international longshoreman.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
And so, I just learned how to, for real, how people say look up at God. Well,
Mhm.
I wanted my husband to be head of my household, but we both had to follow God in some type of capacity. And
Mhm.
so he does follow Jehovah. And and only time we have a little different is around holidays like Christmas. He doesn't like that I put a Christmas tree up, but I realize that's just a symbolism. That's not something I would worship.
So what do you realize Christmas as a symbolism to you? What do
Like,
you get out of it?
do you notice that at Christmas time, people are much more nicer? They
Mhm.
seem to, after the shopping ends, they seem to calm down and everybody is happy. It's after New Year's when everybody get back on demon time.
Mhm. I think it's Christmas is more depressing because people, they rob Peter to pay Paul, and some of them don't have the money, but they try to appease their family. I
Mhm,
think when it comes to Christmas, Christmas can be the most worst holiday ever because that's when people sit there and they take money where they don't even have it, and that's
mm-mm.
how I feel.
I
Some
start like
people.
I buy Christmas like now, like Mila Eve when I do my little
Hmm.
Christmas thing over there. I'm gonna give them some of that Mila Eve. I'm gonna give them some of that, the Stormy products. Then I'm
Yeah,
gonna get money, right?
commercialism. Hmm.
But all year I save for all of this, right? I say,
Hmm.
okay, let me go ahead and say this is the money that we're gonna give out. And I send it to Nisi and Nisi will cash app it to people. You gotta remember the needs and wants. You do what you need, but with my children, because I never had a Christmas tree when I was growing up, I never
Hmm.
got anything for Christmas. I let my children know Christmas is every day. You got lights, gas, water, you know. And then my children earned their money from me. Earned it. I mean, make up your bed, clean your room, vacuum the house, do everything. Then you better save your money because in December, when you want what you want, you better have money to buy it. I let them know right up front. I'm not going out there and buying stuff. I'm never outside like the 2 weeks in Christmas, I'm not outside. I don't go shopping. I might go to the grocery store that's like a mile away from me, but I'm not gonna go to the mall, period.
Hmm.
I'm not ordering nothing online. I just stop because during those months of January, February, March, April, May, I pay off everything so that I can go on vacation June, July, August.
Hmm. So when your husband see you with a Christmas tree, you don't have Christmas trees in your house, right?
Yeah,
Or
I
you
do.
do? So how he feel when
My
you have
tree
the
is up
Christmas
right
tree?
now.
He just let you have it because he know that's what you like,
It
and
ain't
he's not
let
going to
me.
stop you.
It ain't let me.
Yeah. Uh huh.
It ain't let me because when I married my husband, this house was bought as a wedding gift
Okay.
for us. And then but ultimately it was mine. So
Oh, okay.
like I said, he knows how I feel. He knows how I feel like the other Jehovah Witnesses tell him, you gotta tell your wife that this is pagan, whatever.
Hmm.
And he says, well, we have grandkids, and so they want to
Oh,
see.
okay.
And you know, and I put a tree up I just put my tree up 2 weeks ago. I just haven't decorated it yet. Because it's 7 feet. I give it a chance to blanch. Then I put, stuff. But I promise y'all, I'm going skiing. I'm taking my grandchildren skiing. I think December 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We're going skiing. And so that's their Christmas for me. And I asked my husband, I'm going to talk to the people. So I picked up the phone pretending and I said, my husband got one leg. Do I get a discount for that?
Mrs. Marcella
I
mess.
did. I love him, and I love, even thinking about my husband. Sometimes I start crying because I know he is the good part of me. The very good part of me.
And not to be before God. Yeah, but that's a topic. We didn't touch just about every topic, but when it comes to these holidays, that's another topic by itself. I really don't talk about it too much because I have to meet people where they are, and
I mean, I'm
sometimes
open.
you can't sit there and give a person meat and when they still on milk, because if you give a baby meat and they still on milk, what's going to happen? They going to choke, right? So we have to be careful how you talk
No,
to
I
people.
want you to give it to me because, see, when I
Uh-huh.
was growing up,
Uh,
I wasn't a beer bottle drinker. I'm a keg.
oh my God. Well, see,
Keg.
you was,
So
you
that's how I
be
got to
around a lot
receive
of young,
information.
boys,
Yeah,
boys. Mm-hmm.
I got to receive like that. I am
Mm-hmm.
a chaser. I mean, I'm a straight shot of Hennessy without a chaser. See, that's how I can take things because I used to be a Hennessy drinker, and I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I could drink a lot.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So you don't put up trees,
Who, me?
yeah.
Yeah, I put up trees, well, I don't have to now because the kids out the house, but I know the meaning of all that, but I don't stop my kids, enjoy
Yeah.
whatever you want. I don't tell my kids, oh, don't do this, don't do that, just because I don't do it, but I know the meaning of behind,
Mhm.
when it comes to Christmas and Halloween and, but my
I
kids
don't
celebrate
celebrate
that.
Halloween.
Yeah,
I
well,
never gave
yeah.
out candy. I never
Mhm.
bought my children a costume, period. Because
Mhm.
when I was in college, I was rooming with a white girl, right? And she said, "Do you mind if I have friends over?" I didn't mind. They started playing with that Ouija board.
Mhm.
And, in their head, they was believing that witchcraft stuff. And I was like, they gotta
Mhm.
leave. And one girl, just a lot of bad things happening to people who was playing with the devil.
Mhm.
You cannot play with the devil. You cannot.
Mhm. But the thing about it is, I had just put a post up. I don't know if I put it on my YouTube channel when it comes to Halloween, but it's not just Halloween. Um, to me, the most evil holiday, and I know I'm gonna lose a lot of people, but I stand on my truth. And it's
Mm,
something that I had put on. This is what I put this on my Facebook page. Let me see. I don't think I must have went ahead and deleted it.
yeah,
But
but you people in my whole
Christmas is
neighborhood.
believe it or not, it's not Halloween. We look at Halloween because we know, about the witches and all blah blah blah. We know about that, so we're gonna shun for something we don't know. But that's why I say that when it comes to the devil comes in like a wolf in sheep clothing.
Hmm.
It's really Christmas. You heard me? So
Mm,
don't be afraid of something that you do know. Be afraid of something that you don't know. See, we look at it. Uh, the most evil day is Halloween, but the most evil day, believe it or not, is Christmas.
mm.
It's
Well,
it's
we're gonna
Christmas,
take this up.
huh?
We're gonna take this up on another thing
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah. We'll take it on
I'm gonna
another.
take
But see,
my children.
and
I'm
a
gonna
lot of
take
people
them to the
don't.
store with
They
me.
don't want to. They don't want to hear when it's Christmas,
I
but
do
it
want
is
to hear. I
Christmas.
do want to hear. For real. My grandson just got here,
Yeah, I understand. I'm not
and
talking about you,
he's
but I'm just
standing at
talking
the
in.
door doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. So go ahead and enjoy your kids, your
All
grandkids,
right.
and this was a good conversation. I
And
promise you.
anytime you want to jump in that ring with me and you tell me, we can take it, on the chest. I mean, my chest, I got a 34 bra,
Child, you got a lot of belts behind you, honey. I'll probably be, oh no, honey, the stuff that you was telling me.
It's
No,
the
not Miss
truth.
Little
It's the truth. Ask
Marcella.
the people in your chat. I was not always this nice. I was
Oh
that
my
B
God.
word, that real big B, not
Mm,
big business either.
yes, yes. But Sue, you got how many? 12 brothers? Shoot.
Mhm.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a
Same
lot.
daddy, y'all. Same
And
daddy,
same daddy. Wow, look at
same
God.
mama. We was no sticking and moving, honey. My mama was barefoot and pregnant. We didn't have no TV. Now,
Wow, my God, look at God, look at God. And that's why I say this is the type of conversations that I would like, but I try to sit there and talk about other different topics, but by everybody, we built this channel off of love and marriage, Huntsville sector, it's like it's or Real Housewives of Atlanta because most of my subscribers came from Real Housewives of Atlanta. But
well,
I
we're
got
gonna be doing Potomac because Karen is coming in this year.
yeah. Oh, I'm sick of them. I like this type of conversation.
Okay,
So
anytime.
yeah, I
Yo,
love this type
I
of
love you.
conversation. All
And
right, be blessed
they
here.
love each and one, every one of y'all prayers. Hit that like
Yes.
button. Hit that like
All
button.
right. And thank you very much. My God, this was, I mean, just look at God, and that's what I be saying. Sometimes we be talking about one thing and then the Most High God, He in the, let me see if I can go ahead and drop Miss Marcella
Yeah,
down.
drop me.
Okay. Yeah. We be thinking we're going to talk about one topic and God just come around and just switch it up. And this the type of conversations that I like. I like grown folks conversation. I also like when it comes to solutions, coming with a solution because there's so much stuff out there, we can talk about instead of just talking about the same stuff over and over when it comes to this reality show, which you look at it as a distraction. I see where checking your boots says, Marcella, you are too hard on yourself. Everybody has a good and bad behavior. Absolutely, absolutely. And I really enjoy this type of conversation. Star says, no, Marcella is one tough cookie. Yes, absolutely. I didn't know she was like that. I promise you. But that's just to show you how we are overcomers. We are all overcomers by the blood of the Lamb. We all been through something. And a lot of people, they sit there and say, well, I never been through. Well, you just continue living because I promise you, we all going to go through something. I don't care, if you haven't been through anything at all, just keep living. That's exactly how I look at it. So, guys, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. This was a good conversation. I mean, an hour and almost, well, might as well say 2 hours. We went ahead and we talked. And when it comes to the membership only channel, guys, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. I promise you, this is the type of conversations that I want to talk about because we can talk about love and marriage in Huntsville until we blue in the face. But if we don't have no solutions, that's what we're going to continue doing. We're going to continue talking about it over and over and over. To me, it's like beating a dead horse. But until we sit there and we come to a solution, because we all can take a piece out of something that's going on when it comes to this particular show. Why? I don't know. Why just Love and Marriage in Huntsville? Maybe because they made everything so personable and the when it comes to the fans had got so involved in these people personal life where they didn't know how to separate a reality show from these people personal life. But also, I want to go ahead and share this guys with you guys. Make sure you go ahead and support Miss Wanda. And I talked about it, and I told Miss Wanda, to her face, I truly believe when it comes to Miss Wanda had got a bad end of the stick. Actually think, and I'm going to say it until I'm blue in my face, that when it comes to Melody, I truly think that Melody wanted to go ahead, and this is my opinion, to sabotage Miss Wanda's business as well as Destiny because she felt that, the only person that can break out and do something, accomplish something was her. No way in the world, that when it came to Melody, when she knew that her and Destiny was not getting along, she should have never ever came to that event because even Destiny was shocked. And you could see that scene was real. That scene was not fake at all because the expression that you saw on Destiny face. And once she left Destiny, which I showed that clip last time, she went directly to Miss Wanda. She went directly to Miss Wanda. So she knew exactly what she was doing. And then when Miss Wanda say, "Hey, Melody," she did, frowned up. And then she wanted to make that moment. So I truly believe, guys, I truly believe that when it comes to Miss Wanda getting a spinoff, she deserved it. They know that Miss Wanda was bringing in those ratings. Carlos King, I truly believe too. But see, they wanted to look at Melody and her family as if they had it to all together. But Melody family, for what we saw, was not even intact. wasn't even getting along with each other. What's her name, Miss Van and Melody, when they used to shoot a scene, to me it was boring. Their nose was up in the air. But when it came to Miss Wanda and her family, when they showed them in Besmer, that's what they need, a reality show. Besmer. Going to Besmer. We going to Besmer. And we going to have a glorious good time. When I think about Miss Wanda and her family, it reminds me of my husband's family. Now, some of them very, very conservative, but on their dad's side, my husband's father's side, they are like Miss Wanda. I mean, from New Orleans, these people, down here in the South, they knows exactly how to have a good time. And at one time, because I'm more of a conservative type, I was sitting there and say, "Oh my God," but when they start sitting there partying and enjoying and loving each other, shoot, I sat there and I forgot about everything. And I was out there, dancing with them, having a very good time. And when we had one on my family side, oh my God, it's like we just sit down and just looked at each other. We were so boring. But on my husband's side, I mean, they know exactly how to party. We had a very good time, guys. So we want to make sure that we support, if it is true, because I see it in the spirit, that Miss Wanda, I think that they should go ahead and give her a spinoff. And you guys might sit there and say, "Well, I don't want to sit there and watch it." Oh, trust me, you're gonna watch it. You're gonna be smack dab in the middle of all this right here. Because when Miss Wanda come on her live, what you guys do? You make sure that you take all of her content and put it on your channel, or even when it comes to the rest of them, So if Melody does not wants to film, like I said, one monkey does not stop no show. Okay, so guys, I see checking your booth said yes. Give Miss Wanda her own show, and let's learn about Besma and Wanda's family, friends, and community. And I truly believe we gonna really enjoy it. It might remind you of what is that show Tyler Perry used to do with the Browns, Meet the Browns. Well, Meet the Besmers. I think that's exactly what it's going to be. Yes, go ahead and give Miss Wanda spinoff. And yes, I'm going to see how it is when it comes to, giving, some of my people that have joined membership, give them, a gift where they can go ahead and get Miss Wanda's season. I want to see how you can do it, because you know how you got to make sure we don't want us people to think that we soliciting, stuff like that. So I have to figure out, how to go about and do it, make sure that we are in the YouTube guidelines, because I don't want to say something on my panel and the first thing they're saying, "Oh, she's doing it, she's soliciting," so it's not about that, because like I said, when I do something, I do it from the bottom of my heart. My girl Bertha Raymond say, "Good podcast, thumbs up, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, blessings." Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for coming out. Thank you, my mods, for coming out. I see Miss Peach, she said, "I hope it's true." Absolutely, I definitely hope it's true. I see it in the spirit, and it's up to Callers King and the network, to see if they can go ahead and give Miss Wanda and them give them a spinoff. Yeah, if they need me to help them to write down, the script, honey, I promise you, it definitely would be good, because I could see Miss Wanda right now, honey, running after these critters on that and putting it in a pot, putting everything in a pot. But yes, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. I've been on here an hour, almost 2 hours. Wow, good. Let me see how many people that I got. And yeah, 60 people. Come on, guys. Come on and hit that like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And also had some intros of Miss Wanda. I've got to see where I went ahead and put it. But checking your booth say, yes, Besmer of Wanda's. Yes, Besmer. Yes, of Wanda's. Yes. So yes, I want to go ahead and see that. So I would love to see that spin-off. And also another one, I thought it would have did good with a spinoff was the Fletchers. I think the Fletchers would have did good with a spinoff, and I'm glad that when it comes to Nell is weaning her way away from Melody because I mean, when it came to Nell at the end, the way that she was riding hard for Melody, I said, "Oh my God, who is this woman?" I say, everybody got a story. Everybody got a story, but they get so involved when it comes to Melody and Martell drama where, we don't even know anything about these people. Just like when it comes to Tisha and Marcel, all we talking about is Melody and Martell's mess, and a lot of stuff that's going on with Tisha and Marcel. But we want to know about other people besides Melody and Martell. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to know about the rest of them. Even if they got to go ahead and put it, you know, at least away for maybe a month or two, to go ahead and revamp. Then if that's what it takes, then oh well, then let it be. Checking your boots say, have a good day, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Yes, guys. Also, she said, yes, give the Fletchers their own show too. I believe their family will be interested to watch. Yeah, because they got a lot to go ahead and talk about. But if she continue being on the Mel, ain't nobody want to hear. They got to break themselves loose from Mel. Let Mel go ahead and do her own thing. If she got her own network, then that's exactly what she need to go ahead and focus on. So, guys, this was a good live, a very, very good live. You all enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm gonna see what else I could talk about maybe tomorrow. And we'll be back on checking your booth. Say, give Martell his own show. It would be interesting to see his reality. Absolutely, I would love to see Martell and Ariane. A lot of people say they don't want to see it, but that, good well they'll be smack dab. I promise you, if they give Martell and Ariane a show, I promise you those ratings would hit the sky. They will hit the sky because look how they're acting right now. They barely saw just the back of Ariane, and they kept rewinding it over and over and over to make sure that that was Ariane and Destiny's together. So if they are that interesting of Ariane, where they had to go and rewind it over and over, what that's trying to tell you, they wants to see Ariane. So we shall see. Go ahead and put it, go ahead and give it a break, and then after that, then see where it's going to fall. So, guys, on that note, you all be blessed and enjoy the rest of your day.